Your answer to this math question may determine whether or not you should smoke, and this question seems to split people perfectly in half. Here's the problem. You have two boxes. Box A contains $1,000 and box B contains either $1 million or nothing. You must choose between taking home just box B or both boxes A and B. There's also a computer which can very accurately predict your future actions. Yesterday, it made a prediction as to which you would choose. If the predictor predicted you would only take box B, then it left $1 million in box B. But if the predictor predicted that you would take both boxes, then it left box B empty. So which should you choose? But wait, let's talk about smoking. Now, suppose there's a genetic defect that occurs at birth that makes it both likely that you will have lung cancer and that you will have the desire to smoke. Suppose also that smoking in this case does not actually cause lung cancer. Now, suppose you would find smoking really enjoyable if you did it. The question is, should you smoke? Pause now if you want to think about your answers. Here's my prediction. If you took both boxes in the first question, you probably also chose to smoke. But if you chose only box B in the first question, you probably chose not to smoke. And this is because each set of answers corresponds to a certain kind of reasoning. If you took both boxes, you might have thought, the money's in the boxes already, so the choice that I make now cannot causally affect what the predictor chose yesterday. So you might as well take both boxes because it guarantees you $1,000 more than just taking box B. And similarly in the smoking case, you either already have or don't have the genetic defect that causes lung cancer. So you might as well smoke now because smoking now is not going to cause you to have lung cancer. But if you took only box B, then you might be thinking, since the predictor is really accurate, people who only choose box B have a higher chance of leaving with $1 million, whereas people who choose box A and box B have a higher chance of leaving only with $1,000. In a sense, choosing box B is evidence that the predictor did actually put $1 million in that box. And similarly for smoking, making the choice to smoke now is evidence that you do have the genetic defect that causes lung cancer, so you shouldn't choose to smoke. I'm personally a one-box non-smoker, but let me know what you think, especially if you reason differently in the smoking case and the box case.